Boom definitely has a game plan with this draft. They know exactly where they need to be at appropriate times across the match.
That is correct. This is Game 3 between Boom Esports and Vesakha Esports here. One win pushes Boom nearer to that BO7 finish line. One win really puts down Vesakha Esports and IKL hopes further down the drain here. It is really down to Vesakha to look for their confidence with this superior, strong late game draft, because this might just be their final moments coming into the KIC 2025.
Even if it is their final moments, right, they've achieved so much for a team that's been here since the Open Series and really just puts hope for the future in 2026 for those teams that really want to qualify for the Open Series and try and go further than Vesakha did this time around. But hey, it's not all she wrote just yet. The fat lady hasn't sung. Vesakha still in this one. It's 2-0 to Boom.
Yep, and right now, I mean, the stress has to be on the side of Vesakha for sure, right? Boom, 2-0 up. It's not the end of the world for sure, but they need to have clean execution on the side of Vesakha. They haven't really won this farm lane matchup 2-0 just yet.
Not just yet, but the season 16 Honor Pass is here, so you can get the Sea Breeze Drip Vesakha skin there free as well. But if you buy the pass, you will get the Wu Yan as well as the Lu Bu. But Raven is going away with just a Boo Boo.
And look, Boom, I think they have done this so well, right? To be able to identify that, okay, even if we can't kill Raven, we make the rest of the map so uncomfortable that nobody comes to help them.
Yeah, exactly. Like they're wondering where everybody else is right now, but it's just tip-tat here for the side of Boom and Vesakha. Just trying to use the soaring shot there to try and get the last little bit of hits off, but it's going to be down to Raven here. This is why I love the Flowborn marksman. Just such great damage in the early game, but that's going to be the emergence coming through for John Myth as well, but not quite getting the catch.
Right, John Myth. I like the idea, right? Execution, unfortunately, was not in their favor, because I think you don't want to risk diving on the T1 at this early part of the game. We are not even 2 minutes in.
Yeah, not even got the ultimate as well. Not even got the Annihilation to kind of just clean up shop if you really need to here. But Nev and Bao looking to kind of open up their tempo with this space right.
Yeah, with this TP, they will hit to the mid. Kao is already waiting, and here comes a knock-up. This is not going to be a killing move, but this is just going to show them that, hey, you can't just freely TP and expect not to be punished.
Exactly, you can't kill Monkey on here as well, right? Obviously, he's very tanky, especially even at just like level 5. They are having a field day with the amount of health that this hero gives.
Yeah, look, I think this game is really about Nev and Carl, right? Whoever gets the more clinical dive, I would say, would be the difference maker for their whole team.
Exactly. Just looking for the dive, maybe even using the Arrow Storm here is probably going to be the potential as well, just to drive them away from this T1, because we've already seen them time before that they pushed Raven and Jung Young just all the way to that T1, but there's the Destructive Deluge! Tatsuri with the first bullet.
Okay, so utility mage doesn't need too much gold, but hey, it doesn't hurt to have extra money in your pocket.
Exactly, money in the bank, baby. That's what Tatsuri's thinking. He's like, you know what? We're up 2 kills.
Oh no! That was close.
Second skill just to get out of the bridal outburst was so nice.
I mean, Raymond must have had his heart in his mouth with that one. Quick reactions coming in from the young boy, but it's not going to be enough, because right now it's going to be a slight lead for Boom, but with the advantage of the games of the series, Boom are very comfortable here.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, they're 2 points ahead. They literally like, you know what, we could lose a game and we'd still be pretty happy, but from how they've played so far in this series, I feel like they don't want to drop a single round. They are playing very dominant. I mean, yes, obviously they're playing a little bit like over-aggressive down to the bottom side of the map here, considering that Gem Myth is looking for a rotation as well, but fair play.
Yep, definitely well done as well. Annihilation not going to hit the mark. They were expecting Tatsuri to walk in the other direction, but here comes Carl. He does have... Oh, hang on.
Using the lead pack, but it's going to be the Skyfall! Claims Danny!
Yeah, and then he's going to try and put more pressure here.
Looking to put more pressure on, but they have Carl here, right? They have the barge. All they need is the power, and that's what Tatsuri is really going to be hoping for with these flowing sides.
Okay, so that's a great response, right? Taking down Danny at this point in the game is going to provide them some room. At the same time, it gives Raven space. He's going to be able to help with this take.
Oh,
that was close.
Just ever so slightly off the mark there. gets hit with a wave breaker and claims it, but that's going to be a beautiful unbridled airburst. But can Miji do something here with onto the Yao, onto the back line with the Stampede? Is going to be draw. Most people getting hit by that Annihilation, but they are not phased.
Yeah, look at how tanky this entirety of the lineup is from the side of Boom. They've taken a lot of damage, and there is not much goal difference to talk about at that particular point in the game. But Vesakha now have established a 1,000 goal lead. This T1 looking likely to fall.
Looking likely to fall here with his minion waves. Obviously, there's 2 minions surviving here, but they do have the Spirit Wolves. It's going to make sure work of them, potentially not going to get a takedown, but it's very damaged.
Yeah, it is very damaged, and this is a much needed space for the side of Vesakha. Not just in the game, but for the series as well. They need that mental stability. Tasuri falling a little low here, which means they have to give this away, but the TP emergence...
Why? You gotta play Bomberman? Don't go there!
Yeah, exactly. Like, you could have just walked out of that one.
He was in the right position, but he thought, you know what, I'm tempting fate. Why not? Let's see if I can tank this one, just like Carl thinks here. But now the Skyfall does come through. Not quite connect him, but it's able to steal away. Actually, no, did Draw get that one?
Yeah, I think Draw got that one.
Wow.
Nev already had the Crimson Golem when he was flying over with the Skyfall. Now, with that being said, I think Vesakha have found their stride here. This poking composition coming in is great.
Very good. I mean, it gives them the distance, it gives them room to breathe. They're not constantly in the face of Boom Esports, but that could change in a moment's notice.
I mean, it maximizes their damage, right? Because, like you said, the Arrow Storm is very effective in long range, and Genmith complements that move as well.
Exactly.
So, for now, I think the wave clear is definitely in advantage to Vesakha. It's up to Boom. What else can they do to try and either split up Vesakha or maybe just gain resources across the map through the jungle buffs?
I feel like they've just got to focus on Genmith and Raven. I mean, it's easier said than done, especially with the... if they've got Flash on the board as well, right? But I mean, at the same time, they've also got the shove away that Genmith can do with the Matrix, and then Raven can use skill 2 to just push them away ever so slightly and create that little bit of a life-saving space.
I mean, we've seen this combination yesterday where it was just one person getting a stun, and then you use like the Zhang Fei ultimate to continue the lockdown, and hopefully you have enough burst, of which they have Danny, they have Miki and Carl. I think there's more than enough time.
Oh, absolutely. We'll see how it does. But with the Unbridled Airburst, they need it. It's up for grabs here for Draw. Not quite as dominant as his Motsu performance in game number 2, but we could still wait to see a big Unbridled Airburst here. But Bao, level 10, man.
Yeah, a scary potential, and plus Draw is only level 7. So this is a much better performance coming out from Vesakha. They finally have the goal lead against Boom, but we have seen that before, and Boom have swung that back in their favor in a moment's notice. Now T1 in the bottom, under threat. This time Miggy is going to be in charge of making sure that life is not as easy for the side of Vesakha Esports. Raven going to make the trade on the top.
Yeah, Skyfall is being placed here onto Miji as well, trying to get that stuff onto that T1, but it is going to be an inevitable trade here. The Annihilation kind of whiffing, unfortunately, but now Nev looking pretty low. Help of Val coming through, trying to get onto Miji there. He's able to kick away, but he's onto the back line, and he's going to then take down for Draw, but now the Skyfall comes through as well. Nev's trying to escape. Can he do it? Dreamrock connects. Carl is blocked with those building creation blocks, but it's a blow inside that gets the kill.
That must be the biggest sigh you'll ever hear from the side of Vesakha. Always outplayed at the last moment, and Boom Esports, they come alive.
Yeah, try to brigade and also keep alive Nev, but it just is to no avail here for the side of Vesakha Esports. But now diving in once again, it's going to be the lead in the charge of Miji, but their Destructive Delusion being placed down as well. Raven gets taken down. Can they look to try and push this T1 into the mid side of the map there? But no, the Annihilation clears out the minions.
Yo, who is this team? This is not the Boom I recognize. This is a completely different monster. And Boom, they came here with homework, they came here with research, but most importantly, they came here with execution in mind.
You missed one really good word there, vengeance. They want vengeance from the game that they was lost of Blacklist yesterday, but now the Tyrant takedown for the side of Boom Esports, really closing that gap of that goal lead that Vesakha once had.
Yeah, it's non-existent. In fact, you might even say Boom have the lead at this moment because the goal is swinging in their favor right now.
It is in their favor, absolutely. I mean, very short, but I mean, they do have the Tyrant. That's also going to kind of make sure that that's no longer just a 50-50 gold lead. That's going to be a pain train here. And you can see to the bot side of the map, both Raven and Danny are equal.
This is a very scary situation, right? Because the better jungler, I feel, wins you the game. We have seen the difference. If Nev is able to be that unkillable tank that Vesakha needs him to be, then Boom will be running out of options.
They will be running out of options indeed, but it's attached to the T1, top side of the map here. Skyfall onto the back line though, puts Tatsuri into that annihilation. But now we're looking for a little bit more here. Nev's trying to get back to his teammates after taking quite a few of those tower shots. But now Carl is going to be that front line. He's going to be the anchor of the team.
I really like the restraint on the side of draw here, knowing that, hey, it's not worth it to pop my ultimate, and plus, there's not enough damage from the side of Bao to really come in and commit because you're buying time for the team. So Boom Esports players, I feel this has been the biggest improvement. Just situational awareness of what needs and what doesn't need to be done.
Exactly. Cloud Pierce have been built here for Danny as well. A lot of damage coming through. Looking to build Daybreaker a little bit sooner than later, just past that 10-minute mark as well, with the Shadow objectives coming through. But that flow inside is definitely going to just kind of just hit and dive and hit the damage under the back line of Vesakha.
Like, Tatsuri through this game has been really consistent. This series, right? He's been landing those knockups to see Carl looking for the Dream Home steal.
Yeah, I mean, it's patiently waiting, but at the same time, they're looking for a bit of an advance. They may not try and get that reset. They move it out of the way of that annihilation. Good play! We saw Bao was trying to go in, but now the Skyfall comes through. Can they claim a kill onto Midgey? That is going to be a yes here for the side of Vesakha, but they're all looking pretty low. The Alphas are on the run. The Stampede onto Bao. He has to flash and just gets out alive.
I mean, it's a 1-for-1 trade. No, 1-for-2 trade, which Miggy had to give his life. But the response of that is they get an Azure Golem, and Carl is able to deal quite a bit of damage, or at least start dealing damage towards the T2 in the middle.
And now we're obviously seeing just the farm up here for Danny. He's looking to go for that Crimson Golem. So, I mean, that's all they needed, right? Was just a little bit more damage into that team fight, and that would have been those 4 health bars completely deleted.
Yeah, it's so close. It's nail-biting at this point, right? Vesakha, I mean, they're keeping pace, but here comes Nev with a double dive.
Yeah, double dive, dip dive, and dodge as we see Nev here looking to play a little bit of dodge. Oh, there's a sword shot, just trying to push him away a little bit further, but the damage coming through for the side of Boom Esports is a little bit too much for Nev. He actually escapes here, thanks to the closing and position of his enemy team.
I mean, both teams just playing footsies. This is how close it is, right? Just one wrong move. Take a look at Baldo.
Yes.
He's on the sidelines. He's waiting for that potential catch. But there's too many Boom members here. It's not worth the risk.
It isn't worth the risk into the team fight, especially when Bao's been turning the tides of these team fights organically with the knockups onto the backline enemy team and just kind of posing a bit of a threat to the tempo. But there's a Skyfall, there's a stop there, a little bit of a faint one, but they're looking to go for this Overlord. Can the side of Boom Esports get the steal? They're in the thick of it. Were they able to get it? No! Nev claims it, but now into the backline it's going to be Jetmir!
Whoa!
A little bit overzealous there. We were seeing what he was hoping to do was to get the kill onto Danny, but Boom! Carl was in his face.
Yeah, look, how many outplays does Boom have in their pocket? Because it looks like it's ever flowing.
It is ever flowing. It seems to be just unlimited on tap here as they look to try and push this Azure Golem once again. They look to steal it away from the side of Vesakha and claim it. Give it over to Danny as well.
That is a big win for the side of Boom Esports as well. Vesakha, look, it's been great. They've been keeping up. Right now, the goal difference is about 1,000 in advantage to the side of Boom. But every mistake that is forced out of Vesakha by Boom's decisions, this one is hard for IKL fans, man.
Oh, absolutely. They are definitely blundering this match, obviously considering that Vesakha had the lead. Maybe this Overlord can be the difference maker.
I mean, I am sure they will hope so, right? Because everything falls onto this next big fight. If they get an ace, you probably could have access into either crystal.
You probably could, actually. I mean, look at that bot side of the map and top side of the map for the side of Boom Esports. They could definitely create a backdoor here. But speaking of backdoor, it's going to be the Cascader being stopped with that cleanse. But now Nev gets taken down. He was a little bit too ballsy with that play, and Nev falls.
What did we say, right? This potential of overdiving already.
Oh, Val, no! The Dream Roam saves him.
Alright, there's going to be a nice movement coming in from the side of Boom Esports. They did have to trade away their T1 in the mid. So that's some value for the side of Vesakha Esports as they take a 1,000, close to, lead against Boom Esports. But they need to break a T3. Then this value can be realized.
Yeah, I think that's my problem here for Boom, right? I mean, if they don't break one soon, I think it's going to be a loss for Boom Esports in this game number 3, which is a little bit of a shame, really, because they played very well. Maybe overextended a little bit too much.
Yeah, I mean, Raven is at that power spike already, right? Level 15. You talk about that arrow shower or arrow storm being so valuable for the side of Vesakha, and they have really shown us the power and the potency of it.
Oh, absolutely. But there's power and potency of that Destructive Deluge. But Bal, he's an escape artist, man.
Yeah, I mean, he's called the Martial Genius for a reason. And right now, I mean, the cartwheels are working out, but this is a one class in out of the battle. It's a 4v5.
4v5 here, looking to formulate around the Shadow Tyrant. Nev and Carl lead the charge for now. Migi is coming into the backline as well. Looking for some kind of means of a way in here, but it is falling down pretty quickly. The Unbridled Airburst actually stuns and gets the Tyrant for Danny.
Yeah, and now they can really bring the pain over to the side of Vesakha here. T2 is going to sound like a great prize, but they need to kind of take the T1 if they can on the side of Boom Esports.
Yeah, it's been standing for a little bit too long, that T1, man. Like, they need to get that minion wave that's currently already literally... It's been delivered for a reason. They're just not using it.
I mean, we'll see, because Vesakha has been trying their best to pull the attention of the Boom members, and so far it's been working. But who knows, this could be very well a ploy from the Boom Esports boys as well.
It could be, but hey, do you want to go and push that? Because we're going to go and push elsewhere here as well, because I mean, that T2 into the mid lane looks pretty tasty for us.
Okay, I think the difference maker here is going to be this Shadow Overlord. We are 15.5 minutes in. Vesakha has been able to hold and fend off Boom for majority of the time.
Yep, but can they do it now? The Annihilation with the Skyfall coming in at the same time, but it's going to be that Arrow Storm. They're really not connecting onto anybody at Boom Esports, so not really the most impactful, but Nev gets the kill onto Tatsuri. Can they get any more here? Nav is on the run, dies as well, but we aren't seeing any very many low hop bars, but the Dream Roam onto Raven there could be a problem.
Raven!
That's not who you want to fall! Niji gets the kill onto Raven.
Yeah, and this is 4 members on the side of Boom. Danny is still alive. He very well. Bal! Oh, he needs to run. They're all going for him now.
Yes, Bal is on the run, but it's not going to be able to get anywhere safe soon. The Annihilation was just a little bit of a Hail Mary play there for the boys of Vesakha. But there it is. Migi getting the kill.
Yeah, and this is perfect timing. They actually extended the Primal Bond duration for the side of Boom Esports, which means now they can take this with full damage.
Yeah, easily taken with full damage here, and a takedown of the Shadow Overlord for the side of Boom Esports. Now puts them only 700 gold ahead. This is the closest gold lead going into about 16-minute mark.
Yeah, we're not going to see any colors on the gold graph later. Nah. It's just going to be flat
line.
No mountains, no peaks.
Yeah.
And with that, Boom, right now, one more good play. If they can time it right with the Shadow Overlord, Vesakha, this game might be over.
It could be over, definitely here, especially with a well-placed Overlord there. Push top side of the map that has actually been inevitable for the side of Boom Esports for quite some time.
It's crazy, right? Because we are seeing teams struggle to fight against both of these tank jungles, both the Nerza as well as the Mankey. So, you know what? That's great advice. Just use it against each other, and the results are super satisfying so far.
Exactly. Clash of the Titans is what it should be renamed of when Monkey and Nerza meet onto the Gorge right now, but it is going to be the Vanguard being fed through to the bot side of the map, but it's going to be the Matrix being pushed away here. The Annihilation doesn't quite hit the Vanguard there, but with that damage from Raven, it's going to get taken down.
Yeah, but now it's safety for the side of Vesakha, but only a moment's notice because right away, looking for the backline.
Looking for the backline, but more important, looking for that T3 down to the bot side of the map. We were saying moments ago, they need to get that T3, and they've just done it.
Yeah. Any damage they put onto the T3 before, hang on, backline.
Yep, Skyfall comes through here. Destructive Deluge placed down a little bit too early into the front line of the map, but it really sort of denies the side of Vesakha into any kind of team fight.
Oh, big moves.
Ooh,
yeah, that was close,
so
right?
scary.
I mean, Migi is providing a lot of value for the team. Annihilation, once again, does not hit the mark. And the Destructive Deluge from Tatsuri, so much value, they get the T3!
Oh, the engage there from Migi was huge. It's going to be enough to kind of open the doors of Vesakha Esports. Not losing a single member so far is Boom Esports, but Bal looking to change that one. Sage of Sanctuary being procced onto Danny as well.
Oh,
he's
Raven.
on the run. He has so little health. He built the destiny to keep himself alive.
Yeah, and still they can't finish the job. Migi says, I invite you to try again. And Vesakha, no, they do not hit the mark. And that has been the story of Vesakha Esports today. They just can't find the openings.
They can't find the opening. They can't find the target for the Annihilation so far, which is the Shadow Tyrant being assessed here by the side of Boom Esports. Definitely not the quickest game that they've had against Vesakha yet. To date, around about that 19-minute mark here, the Emergence was being baited there. trying to get the intel onto the side of Boom Esports, but a little bit too late. That Tyrant goes over.
Yeah, too little, too late for them. Vesakha now have to deal with the wrath of the impending Boom domination here. They have 45 seconds before Boom might reconsider the options and go for the Tempest. But for now, Vesakha, this is not where you want to be. Look at the free damage that Miggy is giving to the side of Boom Esports.
Yeah, you know, I mean, I like free things, but I don't like free damage. I mean, you can keep that one in your back pocket. Just keep it away from me.
Yeah, at this point, I think Bao needs to be that big difference maker, right? He has not been able to find those big catches that are long enough for Vesakha to take advantage of.
Exactly. The catches need to be made here from Val just to kind of try and upturn the tides of Boom Esports within this one. They're currently 2-0, ladies and gentlemen. Potentially looking to go for that 3-0. Did they decide to just go for the base, or will they peel up and go for the Tyrant, the Tempest Dragon here?
I think you have 30 seconds on Primal Bond. Best not to take a risk. At the same time, you have to really consider bottom wave here. You can see Nev. He's going to try and make that split push happen, but he cannot reveal his position too soon. Actually, he has.
He has revealed his decision there. The cannon minions come through. MVPs of the game of number 3 right now. And Migi obviously rotates from bot side of the map to top. And now we can potentially look for a bit of a team fight here. Tatsuri actually takes a bit of damage from that Annihilation. And you can see Nev trying to go for a bit of a Hail Mary play with that bot side of the map.
Yeah, this is a great situation for the side of Vesakha. Not because they have 2 broken lanes, but because they are in vision of what's happening at the Tempest Pit. Now, this is going to be very vital because there is a potential for steal from the side of Gen Mid. While difficult, it is possible.
Yep, Skyfall just being used to kind of just be sent back home. He doesn't want to commit an aggressive Skyfall at this moment in time, but right now you can see Carl maybe trying to bait over the side of Vesakha with this Tempest Dragon.
Yeah, because they have a wave of super minions on the bottom marching in. Nev needs to address that he does not have the Skyfall just yet.
Not just yet, no, indeed, unfortunately, but maybe he might be able to get it just any moment's notice now, but I mean, it's not looking to be contested here. You can see Draw really keeping the back line of Vesakha out of that Tempest, and it goes to Boom.
Yeah, now is the time to put the pressure on to the side of Vesakha. I mean, if game 1 and 2 weren't difficult enough, Boom have made it extremely difficult here. The Tempest buff, Tempest Vanguards disrupting your towers. They cannot defend for you.
Yeah, you got 70 seconds on that one as well. It's going to be scary for the side of Vesakha as they will look for an approach, but it's going to be Val into the back line, just trying to get a touchdown onto Danny, but Danny says Sage Sanctuary gets taken up here as well, but the Sage Sanctuary, the Destructive, the Luge, is going to keep him in place. There it is. Ball gets the Destiny, but he's going to fall to Carl. Carl is the Destiny of Ball.
Yep, that's the first part of the 5-piece puzzle. Bao is down for 40 seconds. This is going to be very long for them. Now this is a 4v5. They also have the Tempest Vanguards. Miggy trying to pull attention away from Nev. Jumps right back in, pulls the attention. They really want this T3.
They really want this, the T3, but also more importantly that Crystal there, diving onto the back line. But there it is, the opening of the Crystal of game number 3. Boom Esports, they have the Tempest Vanguard, but we can see here, Nev is like, hold my drink. We're going to maintain it for a little bit longer now as they try and push here, but it's going to be ultimately game number 3 goes to Boom.
In convincing fashion as well, the PKL teams have showed up to